I don't want to badmouth the episode.
No. It that was my first reaction.
Yeah.
But once I went through it and cut pieces out, I think I made something.
You edited it?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I even said that was my most edited episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there were just we called Dave on the phone. I thought it was going to be I don't know, just a cool thing to call Dave and then have him talking to the mic and whatever else. And fucking, I'm doing it, and people are are talking like it's not part of the show. I'm over here trying to.
I think you're on standby.
Yeah, it was a learning experience. It was probably too many of us.
Yeah.
There were 6 of us all together.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was Evan, Chris Sandberg, Chris brought his brother Nick, Noli, and then Chris Oldred.
Yeah.
And me, and it's some moments was like a lunchroom. Which is
that's exactly what I was thinking. Literally a lunchroom, just conversations, people talking over each other, a whole lot of whatever. But.
I probably cut out a half hour's worth.
Oh wow!
Of it.
Shit.
Yeah, which is a decent amount
How much was the episode altogether? How long?
It was an hour and a half, maybe a little.
Before you cut it or after you cut it?
After I cut it. Before I cut it was 2 hours. We went for 2 hours. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and we had I just put the UFC on just to have something in the background, if we run out of shit to talk about.
Yeah, you can comment on the fight, everything like that.
Well, I find that it's actually easier for me to do podcasts with people I don't know necessarily or people I haven't met.
Yeah.
Sometimes because we all talk all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I kind of know what you mean. Even when we first came in here,
there
were so many things you're talking about, and I was like, we should see this in a podcast. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I know it's you can, not that you run out of things to talk about, but it's if you have somebody you don't know, it's almost easier to kind of just guide a conversation because there's so many things you can dive into because you don't really know this person. You can ask about this, that. What are you gonna ask me that you don't already know about me? You know what I'm saying? And if you do, it just feels weird and unauthentic.
Right.
You know?
Which is why I try to have a new thing I'm trying to do is try to have more episodes with friends.
Yeah.
Because this is technically a comedy podcast, and I'd say most of the episodes are funny, I guess, because half of them are just me, and usually when it's just me, I'm either being an idiot or I'm bugging out about something.
Yeah, tore your neighbor apart.
My neighbors, right?
I was saying earlier, dude, when I walked up, he was so nice to me, too. I kind of felt bad, because I walk up, and I'm like, did I get through the second floor to the back? He goes, yeah, and Tony was right in the back. I mean, he was just really polite. Right. In my head, I'm just looking at him, and I see his wife too. I'm just like, damn. I mean, Tony was nice to your wife, but he tore you up on his podcast. I listened to that podcast. He's like, you should just do heroin. I was like, Jesus, this poor guy, I feel bad.
Well, dude, he got so mad, he unfollowed me or blocked me on Instagram. So I was like, all right. I mean, he ended up unblocking me to message me about something again. So maybe he saw the episode now, but I don't know. It is what it is. I made it for him to see it.
Yeah. I mean, who cares?
So
I just felt bad because I was like, damn, you're it's kind of funny. It's to him, I'm a complete stranger. To me, I'm like, I know so much about you. You don't even know. Because you just went off about him.
Damn, hella thunder. This is a beautiful 4th of July weekend out here in Rhode Island. Cold. It's like the fall out there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But like I was saying, I want to have more episodes with friends so that we can make them because if for better or worse, they're usually funny when I have a friend on. You know what I'm saying? And it'll make me. I think it'll just add to my conversation skills because that's what I'm learning. A lot of this is you got to have
good conversation skills.
Yeah, because sometimes you get off. For a second, we were just talking about rain and whatever else, but I was able to go back to what we're talking. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because when you watch a podcast, you don't think that, or listen to a podcast, you don't think it really takes much. You seem like this guy's just talking, bop, 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 but and then you try it and you're like, okay, there's actually something to get better at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially to go, especially a lot of podcasts, they're hour and a half, 2 hours long. Just go that whole time and no dead air. You know what I mean? You have to keep talking. Yeah. And it has to be smooth transitions. You can't just be all choppy and just go from one conversation to the next.
Yeah.
It's all about good rhetoric.
You never think about that shit too, because even though the guy was a douchebag, but Rush Limbaugh, that motherfucker just died, but that guy would talk on the radio for,
He died?
He died, yeah.
Was that the guy who was on Family Guy? I feel like that's how I know of him.
He was a Republican,
Yeah,
radio guy.
The episode was like Ryan Griffith, because on Family Guy he's like a Democrat, right? Like, or a liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the episode is like, it was just pointing out how Brian likes to be the minority in arguments, and so like the presidency changed from like Bush to Obama.
Yeah.
So it's like now Democrats were kind of majority, and he gets called out like because he turns Republican in the episode. But the episode's about Rush Limbaugh. Like he meets Rush Limbaugh, and Rush turns him into a Republican.
Yeah.
I was just curious if that was the guy. But what about him?
Yeah, so he would be on the radio screaming and hot. Like, this guy was known for being, like, a sicko. Like, he was the right-wing guy, like, who's just going to scream. And he's almost like an Alex Jones for, like, everyday people who actually... You know Alex Jones?
No.
You know who he is. He's the fucking big Texas dude who talks about conspiracies, the helicopters and the frogs and
Is he
the Sandy Hook guy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was
Yeah.
like, he took a lot of heat for that one.
Yeah, that was a bad one. He got canceled
Yeah.
bad for that.